Thokchom Meinya, you're the Congress MP from Manipur. Why don't you and other MPs take up the cause of Irom Sharmila? We haven't heard the Manipur MPs ever come out. In fact, the Congress party of which you belong have actually also in a way isolated Irom Sharmila. It suits you to make Irom Sharmila a marginal figure. Mr. Meinya?
It is not like that.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
It is not like that. You know, you must have, we already know that in 2004, when the UPA government came to power, Honorable Prime Minister has ordered to have a committee headed by Justice Jeevan Reddy.
Yes.
In 2005.
Yes.
The committee has recommended the repeal of the act.
But it hasn't happened.
And at the same time...
It hasn't happened.
No.
That is 2005. We are in 2011. Irom Sharmila is fasting for 10 years. Anna Hazare fasts for 2 weeks and Parliament meets to address his needs. Irom Sharmila fasts for 10 years and a committee is appointed, gives its finding in 2005. 6 years later, no progress.
I am coming to that. I am coming to that because, you know, at the same time, 2007,
yes,
you know, Honorable President, His Excellency, the Vice President of India, while heading the, you know, confidence building measures in Jammu and Kashmir, recommended the repeal of the act.
Yes.
At the same time, former Law Minister, Present Minister in the Cabinet, Mr. Bhairappa Moily, in second, Administrative Reforms Commission again recommended this. I have already raised the issue in Parliament many a times, and you know what happens? The government is yet to take a decision. That is information from the Home Ministry.
The government is yet to take a decision 6 years later. Binalakshmi, do you sometimes feel frustrated?
Yes.
Do you sometimes feel that, look,
absolutely.
But there will be the flip side, Binalakshmi, that you are in an insurgent state. It's a militancy prone state. Therefore, you do need the army presence is essential. How do you respond to those who will say that, look, Manipur is a state which is insurgency prone. You need the army in place. Therefore, Irom Sharmila has to be treated differently.
Yes. Rajdeep, I would like to place on record that we just celebrated 65 years of India's independence a few days back. But as India may be a very ancient civilization, but it's a very young nation, and so there will be growing up pangs in Manipur and other parts of this country. Putting that in fact, number one is the Parliament passing the Armed Forces Special Power Act in the 1950s was wrong, and India is the only country in the world which does not have a war, but it has an emergency law called the Armed Forces Special Power Act. Yes, this is one thing which we should all know, that this is wrong, and for 50 years it has been in our regions, and that has to be taken out. Point number one, because Article 21 of the Indian Constitution says every Indian has a right to life, but the Armed Forces Special Power Act says you have no right to life. If we are Indians, remove it and give us a confidence building measure, number one. Number two, we have a Congress MP in this panel today. Let me also tell you, the Congress was the only political party in the last Manipur general elections which did not have the removal of the Armed Forces Special Power Act in the agenda. And we, the people in Manipur, voted the Congress. Time has come for us, the people, the educated, enlightened people of our state and the northeast states and the rest of this country to realize that do not let our parliamentarians or election people buy our votes.
Okay.
It is this. Why did we vote into power a party which did not promise to give Irom Sharmila the fact that she would one day eat in Mapal Pakangjepuk? This was a promise which many politicians made. Okay. This appeal to the people of this country, our policy makers, to come together to work and build the movement that Anna Hazare has built for Irom Sharmila. We now have to put our heads together, men and women of the Northeast, men and women of this country. If you care for the Northeast, build us and help build us a movement, what Anna Hazare did.
But that's very, that's much more difficult, Binalakshmi, you know that. It's much more difficult to build a movement for Irom Sharmila, for the AFSPA, than it is for an Anna Hazare. Are you really expecting urban middle class or all Indians across to come across to Manipur and take on the cause of Irom Sharmila? Because there will be those who will say that the army is necessary in Manipur. How will you create a movement for Irom Sharmila that's truly nationwide?
First of all, I would like to say, would you like your own fellow men to be shot dead day and day in and day out? In Manipur, 3 to 4 people are shot dead every day. If you're a thinking, sensible Indian, you will come to Manipur and help us in our struggle. It is possible to build a struggle for a nationwide struggle which gives every Indian the right to live, the right to life.
The right to life.
It is possible.
It is possible, you believe, but General Shankar Roy Choudhary, the army also has resisted it, isn't it? The army does believe that Manipur needs an Armed Forces Special Powers Act. You are an army chief. This act has been there since 1958. Do you really believe the time has come to lift AFSPA?
I believe the army requires the AFSPA if it is deployed.
Right.
If the situation does not require the deployment of the army, please, for heaven's sake, remove the army. It will take the AFSPA with it and go.
Right. It will
and declare the area not disturbed.
Right.
That is a political decision. Somebody will have to make up his mind about it. The army has nothing to do with it.
The army has nothing. So you're saying it's a political decision that has to be taken. Subir Bhaumik, you know, how can a nationwide campaign be created for an Irom Sharmila? How do you believe that Irom Sharmila's cause can resonate across this country? Do you really believe that's possible in India?
It is possible only if people elsewhere in India, especially the mainland, begin to realize what this region has been through. Now you want to lay claims in a very typical feudal Indian attitude. Jameen aapko chahiye. You want to lay claim to the land. You're not interested in the people or their causes. I don't quite agree that the army really needs an Armed Forces Special Powers Act. Some of my very senior friends in the army, like Major General Gaganjeet Singh, who commanded several formations in counterinsurgency, they have gone on record saying that this act is no longer needed. You can actually try counterinsurgency without it. You know, Rajdeep, counterinsurgency is a battle of minds. It's a battle of hearts. You don't need excessive force in counterinsurgency. If you are an imaginative commander, you actually have to seek the support of the people to fight insurgents. By the Armed Forces Special Powers Act, you actually end up alienating them. And I give you a cricket analogy, since I know you come from a cricketing family. If you are a good batsman, if you are a Gavaskar or a Tendulkar, the pitch may take spin, or the pitch may be conducive to fast bowling, you still play them. A good army commander can conduct himself in a very difficult situation if he knows his job. He does not need this draconian act.
Point taken. Mr. Meinya, I'm going to ask you this. Why doesn't the Congress party, why don't you heard Binalakshmi Nepram saying that very clearly, your party also has not gone out there. Even though you are in power, Binalakshmi says you haven't made Irom Sharmila a national issue. Why don't you do that? Why don't you take it up in Parliament in a more aggressive manner?
Yeah, that is it. You are right. But the problem now is, you know, it is before us.
Yes.
I'm always for the repeal of the act.
Right.
It is very clear from my side all the time, and in the parliament, you know, I feel alone.
Right.
I don't mind for that because we come from a small state.
You feel alone.
Our heart, our mind and mind and heart and our words are seldom heard. And this is the whole problem, but I don't blame my party also because we are working for the party.
But you feel...
And the government just listen, government in Manipur have tried to revoke this Armed Forces Act in 7 assembly constituencies. And if the situation improves, government is ready to remove from the entire state.
Okay,
the situation is yet to come.
Yeah, you're saying that the government is ready. Okay, you're saying the government is trying very hard. Binalakshmi, I'm going to give you the final word.
No,
what is the message?
Government has already said
Binalakshmi, what's the message that today you would like to give, let's say, Team Anna and all those who came in India on the streets to support Anna Hazare? What's the message that you would like to give in conclusion on India at 9 tonight to those who would perhaps don't even know the story of Irom Sharmila?
Yesterday, I watched with abated breath Annaji taking coconut water and honey. And someone shouted, Jai Bharat Mata Ki Jai. If I say, shout a slogan in Manipur, Achum Badayai Phare, will you understand it? This country has more than 5,000 languages in our country. My message to Team Anna, well done you. We are proud of the work that you have done to build a massive public movement. This country needs it. But this country also needs people like you to reach out to the border areas, to the peripheries of this country.
Would you like Anna to?
Manipur
Would you
and
like
other
Anna
parts
to
of
come to
Northeast
Imphal?
India?
Would you like Anna to come to
He
Imphal
should.
next?
In fact, Manipur, if Anna is true to his beliefs, the first stop he should come after coming out of the hospital is to be, we welcome him in Manipur and meet Irom Sharmila.
Okay, you're saying, and that's the way you're telling Anna Hazare and Team Anna, the first stop of Anna Hazare when he comes out of hospital should be Imphal, and he should go and meet Irom Sharmila and meet a lady who has fasted and been force-fed for the last 10 years. General Shankar, Choudhary, Subir Bhaumik, Binalakshmi and Mr. Meinya, appreciate your joining us. We've taken up this issue today because we believe that there are many more issues that need Anna Hazares. There are many more issues that need people like him with the moral courage that Irom Sharmila and him have shown. Will the people of India respond to Manipur in the way they responded to the anti-corruption call? Well, that's the big question.